Alright, everybody. I'll stop watching my Beast Wars. I'm not 4 minutes late because I was too busy watching the clips that I put together and Slash stole from the guy on YouTube. But he stole it from the show, so. Copyright free infringement. I own Beast Wars. Disclaimer. I don't own Beast Wars. Alright. Well. Hello, everybody. Enough of Beast Wars. I need to turn my headphones down. Because I can't hear myself think. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Or sad Thursday. Or regular Thursday. Or I hope you're having a good Thursday. Hope I can help make it a good Thursday with my stupidity. My name is Paul. I'm an artist from Houston, Texas. I'm an artist, but I'm also a gamer. And welcome to the Lunchtime Let's Draw Thursday stream. This is a show where on Thursday we will draw things from the things that we played on Tuesday. And what we played on Tuesday was more Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer for all of you people that are fools, as you can clearly see. If you are just joining, you are a fool! Hey, Zuloth. Best Thursday ever. Hey, Big Buff Chili Man. I know. He's on my agenda. Here. You ready? Here. Agenda. Agenda is... Agenda. Big Buff Chili Man. See, on the agenda. Big Buff Chili Man. There's my agenda. I'll even underline it. Agenda. Big Buff Chili Man. Written on the back of my Post Oak Minuteman printing receipt. Nice and clear. Right, I'll just put this right there. I'll just put that right there, and then you won't see my face for the entire stream, and then when we're done drawing Big Buff Chili Man, we'll check it off. Alright, so since you're the only one here so far, I'm expecting at least 7,000 people to come all at once. But while you're here, I'll ask you a very personal question, Zulon. What are you having for lunch? The stream will not continue until you answer. I'll wait. Better not be eggs, or you're banned. Remember, that's the rule. I had not actually... Tomato soup and banana bread. Oh, that sounds really good. Zula's having tomato soup and banana bread. There's a technical difficulty over there. In the room next to me. We'll refer to that person as the technical difficulty. No eggs. Okay, you're safe. You are safe. Henceforth, if there are any mysterious noises, it is a being known as the technical difficulty. You have one of those too? Zuloth also has a technical difficulty. Do you want to know who's not a technical difficulty? Hey, come here. You're being summoned. Oh, this is a technical difficulty. Ha ha ha! Technical difficulty because she's a dog and she has paws. Did you get the joke? Say hi, Aria. She's nice and warm because she was sleeping in the sun rays. Also, she hasn't had a haircut in a really long time, so she's also warm for that. She doesn't want to be on camera. She grunted when I reached down for her. Hey, I need to exploit you for likes and subscriptions on my video. Are you happy to be exploited? Oh, I love you too. I love you too. Mwah. guest star, the only star. I have not eaten lunch yet. For those who in the chat, for those who were wondering in the chat, I have not eaten lunch yet. I had a quick Gouda snack cheese. It was like this big, and I was like, this is nothing. But I did have coffee. I got my coffee for breakfast. Look. Look. Technical difficulty over there, causing technical difficulties in the chat. What are you having for lunch? Technical difficulty? Probably what I'm going to be having for lunch. Because we're going to go have lunch together. Technical difficulty. Alright, so to see that person called Where Shall We Wander, let's just ignore her and ban her. Permanently banned. I gotta get a bot that whenever she comes in, it just replaces all of her things with just, like, all A's. Or all explanation points. She had eggs, yes, exactly. You had eggs, you're banned. Sorry, technical difficulty. Anyway, alright. I see you found the emoticons page. I am teasing technical difficulties a lot. Another way to exploit likes on the stream. Pets and wife. Anyway, if you were just joining us, you are a fool. You are a very big fool. So on today's stream, we're going to be doing just a quick draw of some craziness that we encountered in the last stream. So for the randomizer, I knew that there were like some silliness involved, but I didn't know exactly like the level of silliness involved with the randomizer. We were all taken aback when we were going down Zora's River. We found floating where one of the heart pieces was, and where the waterfall comes down, and there's like a bunch of like cross bridges and stuff. Usually there's a heart piece right there, and you can use the chicken to float across, right? And as we came up, we were like, oh, it's actually a bomb bag, because in a randomizer, if there's an item, it shows up like in the world. It uses the item polygon or item, thing to show what it is. So we go and grab the chicken, we go get it, and we pick it up, and see, as you can see here, this is the message. All we get is a message. There's nothing that we're holding, and it says, "You are a fool." And fools we were, because immediately after we got frozen and got knocked down like 3 hearts. So exactly, we are all fools. That is how it works in this stream. Whether it's the gaming stream or the art stream, we're all fools. And I am a big fool because I forgot to update my information here. Updated information. Now we're drawing. We're not playing anymore, we're drawing. So, anyway, if you're having a bad Thursday, I hope that I can at least make it less bad. Maybe, like, if you're having, like, a 70% bad, I'll make it, like, a 58% bad. Like, it's not going to be a whole lot, because why would you watch me? But I'll make it less bad, hopefully. So, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get You Are a Fool off of this. Well, maybe. Tell you what. You guys are going to be consistent fools. We're always fools. That's how it's going to work. You're a fool. Too bad. So sad. We're fools. And you're double fools. Because on the stream today, we're going to be mega fooled. All right, so as we've done at the last couple of art streams, I've done a little sketch beforehand because if you guys were here for the first one, we started from scratch and it took freaking forever. So I kind of already sketched out some ideas for what I want to do, and you guys are going to be super excited and surprised when you find out that, okay, so we got the bomb bag, right? Guess what? We're going to find another bomb. Our luck is going to be that we're going to find another bomb bag or something else to expand. And it's not going to be what it is. It's going to be a freaking Ganondorf. Just our luck, we're going to find Ganondorf in one of the bomb bags. So that is what we're going to be drawing today. Let me organize these in my sketch layer. Group. Unnamed. Because that's how we roll. We roll unnamed. How's the music, everybody? The music okay? Levels, volume? Forgot to ask that. I always ask that. I actually didn't record myself today to test. I was pretty confident in my abilities to not mess this up. But, as is usually the case, I mess things up quite often. So hopefully you can hear some soft music playing in the background. Some soft, not copyrighted music. Wink. Total wink. So we're just jamming with Link's hat here for a second. Because Link is not going to be the focus of this stream. It is going to be the intensity that is our foolishness in finding Ganondorf in this bomb bag. He was just there. I don't know. How can you pack a freaking ice block in a bomb bag itself? There should just be bombs there. I don't know. Oh, the Margik. Oh, the Margik. Welcome to Zelda. Ocarina of Time. It's a very magical game. And we go and fight Ganondorf. It's always a good day when you can make technical difficulties laugh. Right, Zula? Oh, don't worry. I won't call you caretaker. That's reserved for William Osmond. Who I think actually needs the caretaker to be able to exist in life. Alright, I've already confused myself. Where's that hair strand? There we go. So I needed my coffee this morning because we were playing Animal Crossing, and when I hopped on in the middle of the day, it turned out that or at least for my island, not for my wife's island, that it was going to be a meteor shower. And I guess, like, I didn't know what the deal was with the star bits or whatever, but apparently when you, so like at certain times of the night, and I guess when Isabel tells you that there's going to be like a meteor shower or something, you have an increased chance of finding shooting stars, and you can collect them or make a wish or do something. We're not exactly sure what happens afterwards, but as long as you tap A as a shooting star comes down, it makes a little animation and the star glows and something is supposed to happen. I know that you can make materials with star bits or whatever you happen to get from the shooting stars. You can make, because I got a recipe in Animal Crossing for the like magic wand or something, and I guess it's supposed to like be able to. I think the purpose of the wand is to be able to let you put on different clothes, put on different clothes, just at will, like different outfits. Like you can save different outfits, and the magic wand allows you to do that like super fast without having to go to like your wardrobe, or in my case my refrigerator, because I happen to be able to change my clothes in my refrigerator for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, so last night we were up stargazing, and we got a lot of shooting stars. So we're gonna find out what exactly that means. Hopefully today, maybe they'll fall to the ground or something. Who knows? Animal Crossing is a very confusing game. For how simple it is, a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense. But you can go ahead and blame Nintendo for that. Because why would they make anything understandable? Like, why the loading screens are 3 minutes long? Exactly. Well, and so our roommate was like, hey, like, a bunch of people from work were telling me that I should look into get Animal Crossing. And he's like, I've never played Animal Crossing before. What is it like? And I'm like, well, I mean, it's a sim game. It's like The Sims in a way, where you know, you're basically playing just real life in a video game, but it's really cute. But see, this guy really likes RPGs and MMOs and MMORPGs and battle arenas and stuff like that. And for how grindy those are, I was like, I think the real draw for you is going to be how grindy Animal Crossing is. Because if you really think about it, Animal Crossing is a boring game, right? Would you agree, technical difficulties? Animal Crossing is a fairly boring game, but it's not supposed to be played like... The whole premise is that it occurs over real time, so like events will happen at certain times of day, so you're kind of just supposed to check in, do some stuff, and then you're done. Like, that's kind of how it's set up, right? But like, I feel like one of the draws of a good game is being able to play it how you would like to play it, you know? Which you could sort of do. You eventually unlock a bunch of different abilities to like change stuff around in your town and change like who's in your town. You sweep your plaza, so sweep my actual floor. Exactly. You should see how dirty our kitchen is. It's actually not that dirty because we keep it pretty clean. She gave me a look. Technical difficulties gave me a look. We're not messy. We don't neglect. The only thing that we'll neglect is when we're playing Pokemon. And even though we have real pets, even though we have real Pokemon, we have to take care of our fake Pokemon. That's the priority. Everyone who's played Pokemon understands. Pokemon take precedence over real Pokemon. Because Ari, as far as I'm aware, cannot shoot fire out of her eyeballs. I don't know. Maybe you've seen it? Nonetheless, when it comes to Animal Crossing, like, the game is just so dang cute. It's breaking the fourth wall. There are no walls. There are no rules. Put your shirt back on. There's one rule. If you don't get that joke, you gotta be lazy and watch more TV and order Domino's. So yeah, for as much as like Animal Crossing is kind of like a chore-y kind of game, like you have to make sure that you weed your plaza, you have to spend a lot of time talking to your villagers to make sure they don't hate you. You have to pay down your mortgage for your house. You have to build all this type of stuff. Like, it is so dang cute. Like, That's the biggest draw. That game is so dang cute and it looks so good that it's just a pleasant experience just to be like, all right, I'm gonna go chill in my secret island, my getaway island for a little bit, and that'll be about it. You know, it's just supposed to be kind of like a chill, like, couple minutes a day. Well, not like, maybe like a couple hours a day. You know, if you're a gamer, you play for hours on edge. If you're a true gamer. But it's just supposed to be like a chill game that you play for a little bit and then put it away for a day or two. Or if you don't want your villagers to hate you, you better play it every single day. Or else you're gonna get weeds galore. So I wanted to try something with this sketch. I wanted to try to give Link his weird blocky hands. Yeah, you don't get your Nook Miles with the gaps. Exactly. It's like set up. It's oddly like this Animal Crossing is set up like a weird mobile game in a way where it's like, hey, you gotta keep playing or else you're not gonna get your miles. You gotta spend money to make money. That's the capitalist way. You're waiting for the microtransaction update. I think people would riot if they had that in the game. They would certainly riot. So I was trying to give Link his weird like N64 block hands for this one. There we go. Perfect. That wasn't too hard. I gotta fix his arm here for a second. Because he's still got the little baby hands. There we go. So there was something that I wanted to mention that we had talked about. The chat and I had talked about on last stream, and that was we had started watching The Mandalorian, and FYI, Mandalorian is super good. It's probably one of my favorite shows as of late, next to the Orville. But at the end of each episode, there's like a set of like splash images that scroll through as the credits scroll. And the art is so good. And I was wondering, as we were watching it, I was like, is this concept art or is this like post-production splash art made specifically for the end credits? Because I mean, like, you know, like they do that all the time where they'll make art specifically just for the credits. Like, it doesn't have to be like pre-production or whatever. They'll make art for it. But like I think the first two episodes, it wasn't like exactly like as the scene was, and like there were clearly differences in like composition and stuff like that. And so I was like, it's very reminiscent of how concept art is, because like it's not always going to match up to the final product. And so I was curious. I had asked that in Zuloth. I think you said you were like, I'm pretty sure it's concept art. And then like Cinnamon was like, I don't know if it's concept art. And so I did some research on it after that stream on Tuesday, and it turns out it is concept art. It is 100% concept art for The Mandalorian, and I desperately want an art book of that. So just keep that in mind. Technical difficulties. Birthday possibility. If they come out with an art book for The Mandalorian, I don't know if my clicks are showing up on. Noted. Good. Exploited during the stream. I get presents. Because now it's in the public eye. See, the idea is that I'll ask for presents on the stream, and then if later it turns out that I don't have them, everyone in the public eye will be like, technical difficulties, you're being difficult. I am one click away from the Taylor Swift blank space levels. Alright, I'll stop exploiting. I'll stop teasing for now. So I'm actually super duper excited for... I was actually... I said this the last time too, because we actually like made progress on the previous gameplay stream, because we had found the slingshot, right? How are these hands gonna work? I need to bring this. These like weird like N64 mittens. There we go. Something like that. Good enough. It's N64. Who cares? So I was debating again that we should forego the art stream and just continue playing, because I want to continue playing. We made it through Jabba Jabba's Belly. We got the boomerang. We're so close, and we got, instead of the Zora Sapphire, we got the fire medallion from Jabba Jabba's Belly, which is fine. It'll help us later, but I kind of need something to get into the Door of Time for sure. Just make them super pointy feet. I don't even know if I can draw Rob Liefeld style feet. Like, I know how to draw, so like Rob Liefeld will draw like, okay, so here's his lady. Yay. Like, she's always got like really long hair, or really like tall hair, because she's from the 80s, right? So there's 80s girl hair, right? And then Rob Liefeld will be like, oh, really big boobs, like this, and then like the itty bitty waist, it'll be like, and then like the hip will be like shabam, and then for some reason his legs will be out of proportion. Like that. But like, so like the knee will be right there on that one, but like then the knee will be like right here on this one, and then she'll have like really long bottom half of her leg. Right? Like that. It'll just look weird. And then feet. Oh, and then can't forget the straps. The thigh pouches. Always gotta have thigh pouches. And like hip pouches. Like Rob Liefeld just loves pouches. There's some pouches over here. Perfect background music for this too. Probably got some pouches like down here. And then, of course, she'll have like really skinny arms. Probably some more pouches on her arm. So many pouches. Maybe that's where her feet are. The actual like good foot is like sticking out here a little bit. That's where the foot is. It was hiding in one of the pouches. And of course she has a gun, right? For some reason he can like draw hands okay. Like sort of. But then his guns are like weirdly like not like drawn correctly, so like the barrel of the gun will be right here, and then like, but even like that looks fine because the proportions are okay. Like the barrel of the gun would be like this, right? And then like it might have like a second barrel like facing this way a little bit. That's like, oh, there's a Rob Liefeld gun right here. It's like, ah ha ha, I don't know how perspective works. There, Rob Liefeld gun. And the boobs are really defined. really pointy feet. The pointiest feet. Like, just wedges. That's all they are. They're just wedges. It is an Animal Crossing popper. Rob. I think it's Liefeld fan art. Foot Slicer. That's her name. Foot Slicer. Rob Liefeld fan art, everybody. Although there needs to be like a profile where it's like, okay, here's her boobs. Here's her face right here. She's like, yay. And then like, there's her waist, and like, then her butt's like this. That's Rob Liefeld fan art. Yay. Yay, I'm an abomination. Wait. Okay, I'm waiting. Wait, what's the creepy bird from Zelda? The one that plays the music? Oh, the Uku. The one with the boobs? The one that's like this bird thing? And she's like real creepy. That thing? The thing that's got like nipples? Uka. Uka. It's gonna be even creepier. I'm coming for you, Link. I'm surprised that this isn't what appeared in that pouch during the game. Look what you made me do! All this on this layer! I have to get rid of this layer. Look at what you made me do. Alright, get out of here. Alright, so I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on Link. Just why is his hair like that? Why did I draw his hair like that? Link's hair just comes out the side of his head. There we go. So yeah, Animal Crossing is just... I feel like it's not for everybody. It's such a cute game that it's very much like an escapist type game. Where it's like, oh, let's go have fun on an island together and chill, but like, just... I'm so frustrated with how Nintendo handles multiplayer. Like, I was getting in a discussion with, again, my roommate, and like, I was talking, I'm like, how did we regress so far in video games in terms of like multiplayer functionality? We're like in 2007. I think it was in 2007. So I think that's when Halo 3 came out. And when Halo 3 came out, you could play online multiplayer with up to 4 people locally. So like four of your buddies, your bros and your girl bros, could sit on the couch and play all online together using one account. And I know I'll get to this in a second. you all could just share the same Xbox Live account. I think because I think you couldn't play using separate Xbox Live accounts. Like if I wanted to play with 3 of my other friends, like they all had to use mine, and then the name would just be like 1, 2, 3, or 4. But you could play 4 people on the same couch against whoever you would be playing against online, another team of 4 or whatever battle. Like if you're doing big team battle, it'll be 4 people on the same couch, and then you could play with another 4 on your team. Whatever. There was all sorts of like mixing and matching that you could do. And then Halo Reach came out, and it was reduced to 2 people. You couldn't play with 4 people on the couch. You could only play with 2 people on the couch. And then Halo 4 came out, and you could still only play with 2 people, but then if you want to do the Spartan Ops, each person had to have their own individual Xbox Live account. And just like further and further, and I know why. And it's a very simple reason. It's because they wanted to sell more Xboxes, and they wanted to sell more Xbox Live accounts. I get it. Still, from a company like Nintendo, who, like, I've always felt has never been, like, the greediest company. Like, I feel like Microsoft is like, hey, we're just gonna get all these monies, right? Nintendo's usually been okay with that aspect. I mean, they've always tried to sell more of their consoles. And I understand that the reason why the multiplayer sucks so bad is that they can sell more consoles and more Nintendo Online subscriptions. But I'd argue that one of the reasons why Halo 3 was such a huge seller and is still one of the top selling games of all time is just because it had the functionality. And it's like, if you make something that people want to buy, they'll buy it. Like, I was mad when Splatoon 2 came out and they promised local co-op online, and then it didn't have it. I was like, I'm not gonna play this. Like, this isn't what I signed up for when I bought the game. And I'm not gonna buy another Switch or Wii U or whatever it was that it came out on just to play this on the same TV, or even on like the same, even in the same room. Like, it just makes me angry, irrationally angry. But I understand why they do it. It's just like a game in 2007 had it, and like no major games really had it since. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of cool indie games that have like extensive, like well thought out, like multiplayer functionality, but it's just kind of like a disappointing thing. It's like this had so much potential to. I think that's my disappointing thing. Like when it comes to games and movies to a degree, movies are like a different topic altogether. But like when it comes to games, it's like there's so much potential. You would also gladly pay for a premium for the game cost to avoid buying 2 consoles. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Like, provide options for people. Like, okay, like if you want to make money, fine. Like, I get it. But it's like, hey, like we're offering this service, and it's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Like, if you're gonna offer greater functionality, I wouldn't mind. And I mean, I guess they sort of did that already with Nintendo Online and Xbox Live and stuff like that. Because, like, well, I guess, but there's different tiers for that too. Because then, like, you have Xbox Live Silver, which, why would you even get Xbox Live Silver? Like, why? My thing is just that, like, there was so much potential to make such a good experience, and you opted just for an okay experience. For Splatoon 2, it was particularly bad because the sequel also wasn't materially different from the original. Yeah, I mean, I know that they did a lot of like events for Splatoon 2, and I think that they've ended it. I think like all the events and stuff they're kind of like done. I think they're moving on to Splatoon 3. But yeah, it wasn't really all that different. Like you had some cool like first or one player levels to go through, but other than that, it was just kind of like sure. And that's okay. So that's another topic for me to go into, because I'm also of the opinion that like a sequel to a game doesn't necessarily need to be like if okay, well let's take Mass Effect, right? So like Mass Effect 1 was a pretty groundbreaking game. Mass Effect 2 was a pretty groundbreaking game. And then Mass Effect 3 was, again, another groundbreaking game. Like, when Andromeda came out, I'm like, I'm not looking for anything specifically different. Like, I really enjoyed everything that the original trilogy offered. I kind of just want more of the same. But there's so many times in video games where reviewers and stuff are like, this isn't anything different from... Like, I was expecting just completely different, like, mechanics and stuff. Like, I don't... There are many games that I play and experiences that I have where, like, I just want more of the same. I don't know if it's the same for everybody else. I know that, like... And I think it comes on a case-by-case basis for, like... Especially for games. Because, like, when a Zelda game comes out, I'm like... I want something crazy new. Like, that's... But I think the other difference is that it's not... like, the way Zelda is structured, like... They need to have new things in order for it to really, like, stand out. Because there are just so many, you know? Especially when it goes beyond 5 years for the series. Yeah, exactly. It's like throw in just more of the same and some callbacks here and there, and like, yeah, I expect you to utilize the technology that has like developed. Like, please make your character models work. Oh, hey Cinnamon, we're talking about how bad Mass Effect Andromeda was, which I've never played, yes, and there's friends that may or may not show up in chat that actually do enjoy Mass Effect Andromeda. But we're talking about... not only are we talking about how bad Mass Effect Andromeda was, but we're talking about expectations for sequels. So the question was... Well, the question that I brought up, I guess, as a result of us talking about Splatoon 2 and multiplayer functionality, was... I'm of the opinion that for a lot of cases, when it comes to sequels... I am not looking for an entirely groundbreaking experience in relation to the thing that came before. So, like, we were talking about how, like, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 were, like, each game offered something new, but it wasn't materially different from the previous installments. But then when the Mass Effect Andromeda came out, everyone was like, oh, we need, like, a bunch of... I'm expecting, like... all sorts of new things. I'm like, I just kind of want more of the same. Like, I want updated, like, technology, like, maybe, like, improved engine mechanics and whatnot. Maybe, like, add, like, jumping or jetpacks or whatever. Like, just add something just new, but for the base experience, I want the same thing. And, like, I know that I'm going to contradict myself about that with Zelda, but it's like, for Zelda, I want the same basic experience. I want to go dungeon exploring, I want to fight monsters, and that's kind of it. I want puzzles solving. Like, if you have those core ingredients, I honestly don't care what you do for the rest of the game. And I think that's what made Breath of the Wild so crazy successful and lauded for its gameplay, was just that it was just, like, it was new. It was new and refreshing. But everything else about it was the same. Like, it had puzzle solving, it had fighting monsters. So, like, if Breath of the Wild 2 comes out and it's just the same, like, sure as heck, that's great. Like, I don't need new things. I don't need you to make another, like... I don't need you to change everything else about what made Breath of the Wild so great. And... like, just... I don't know. It's hard for me to put that into words. It's a fine line they have to walk. And, like, I don't know, because I would love to be, like, a fly on the wall and sitting on, like, a business thing with them, or, like, the round table when they're talking about this thing. Like, I don't know, like, a lot of my friends and stuff that are just, like, enjoying a series or talking about a series, like, a lot of them just want more of the same. As far as, like, my friends go, and as far as I go, Like when it comes to a series they love, it's just kind of like, yeah, just maybe add like a little one or two new things, but like keep everything the same. That way I can enjoy what I enjoyed about it. But then when it comes to like the idea of adding just all new mechanics, it's like, who are they catering to? I'm never clear on who a change like that like targets. I don't know if it's targeting like new people to the series, or if it's trying so hard to keep it fresh in the minds of the people who loved it, or if it's like, if you're right, it's like it's kind of like hitting that borderline between both of them and trying to do so many things at once. And like there are times when it works perfectly, but there's also a lot of times where it doesn't. Two things can be true. Many things can be true. All at once. On the one hand, the sequels should be true to the original, but I think there's a lot of people out there that will grow bored of it if it's exactly the same thing as the original. Personally, for story-based games, I agree. Mechanically, they can be more or less the same as long as the story progresses. Reviewers often poo-poo a game if it doesn't do anything. Yeah, and I don't know if it's like as a game reviewer, it's like, yeah, you gotta play a crap ton of games, so like if you're just gonna play the same game again, it's like, okay, yeah, but like you're also a game reviewer, so maybe curb your expectations to what the genre or what the media form offers. If you look at RE3 remake, which is just recently about, many people, it's just like, yeah, but like that's what it needed to be. That's what people wanted. They're like, oh my god, RE2 is great. Just make RE3 RE2. Like that's what they wanted, and that's why people buy it. But like really, like I guess in the end, it's like if the game sells, do the reviewers' thoughts on it really matter all that much? I feel like that used to be the case only a couple years ago, but I think that like so because of how big Twitter and stuff like that has gotten, it's like voices of the people who are actually playing the game for long periods have an option to be like, no, like this game is actually really good, like you're wrong. Because I feel like even just a couple of years ago, like reviewers were kind of touted as being the experts of the gaming industry, when it's like, I think the reviewers sometimes affect sales is the issue, but now fans have more direct interaction with Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, especially. Because I've seen a lot of people, like fans or people that I watch on YouTube, will play a game, and like a lot of times they'll be playing old games, and people generally will not really like give it too much of a thought, because as far as back then goes, the reviews were bad for it, or they were just lackluster. But then someone on Twitch or on YouTube will pick it up and play it, and it's like, I've heard this game's really bad, and then it turns out that it's actually quite good, and then people in the comments are like, oh man, I'll have to pick that up and play it. Like, I know, like, it's a lot of times it's old, so like the sales figures won't really, like, that's not gonna matter because it's all used. You're gonna pick up used games or emulated or whatever anyway. But like the reviewer clearly had an effect on sales back in the day, and I just think that it's changed. Here's a question to ponder. Would you like the next Pokemon to be exactly the same as it has always been, or would you like Breath of the Wild style Pokemon game? So, I actually, this was this was another discussion that I got into with the roommate, and with technical difficulties over here as well, about the new Pokemon. So I'm talking about Sword and Shield specifically. Like, as someone who grew up playing Pokemon, I dreamed of a like fully fleshed out like 3D like open exploration game where you just go around finding Pokemon, battling Pokemon, like at the very basic level. Pokemon Sword and Shield was everything that I always wanted as a kid. Like, just being able to run around and it's like, oh, there's a Pokemon, I'm gonna go fight it and catch it. Or like, oh, there's a guy over there, you know, ready to battle, but it's like all 3D, it's all fully fleshed out. When Sword and Shield came out, my expectations of it, so like they were like, you know, it's the first like 3D console Pokemon since, you know, I think like if you're gonna talk about exploration, I guess Pokemon XD, I think, or Coliseum, where you had a little bit of exploration going around. I never played those games, but like I had Pokemon Stadium, and it's like, oh my god, Pokemon Stadium is so great because you're seeing a Pokemon in 3D, but like you actually have like the base Pokemon game as like a 3D experience. But there was so much that they could have done with this new Pokemon game. Like, a lot of stuff was cool. Like, I just liked seeing the Pokemon. I liked the battle. You know, battle music was great. Certain battle mechanics were cool. The wild area was a neat concept, but I really think that everything else was just, well, and even the wild area to a degree, like it was, for being the first 3D console game that is a base Pokemon game, they could have done so much more, in my opinion. Like, they really should have, like, this, and it's Pokemon, it'll sell, it's still Pokemon, it's still a fun experience. Like, my wife had gotten Shield? No, Sword. Did you get Sword or Shield? You got Sword. And I mean, it was fun, right? Aha, so you don't want the same thing over and over. No, let me get to it. Let me get to it. Because I want Pokemon. I just wanted it in a 3D exploration way. Like, if you took the paths and stuff and you're like, oh, there's grass over there in the corner. No, it's not a... It is not a contradiction, Cinnamon. I am not... Hold it! Objection! I am not talking myself into a contradiction. No. Because if you just made Pokemon Blue a 3D experience, I would love it. I would love a 3D Pokemon Blue. Like, just take it and just make it a 3D experience. That'd be great. There does have to be a lot of balance. Like, okay, so I admit that the like Gigantamax or Gigamax or whatever. This is why developers sequels are like, what do you want from me? But that's true, right? It's kind of like, it's hard to put into thoughts like what you would like to see until you see it, right? So yes, like when we first started playing, I was like, what is this Gigamax, Gigantamax stuff? And like as we were playing it, was like, okay, like it's kind of fun seeing the different iterations and stuff. For me, I would have just been like, but I also would have been satisfied with just having a regular Pokemon experience without that stuff. Because I know that for the Pokemon experience, like overall, it's like they'll inject a new concept and they'll just take it away. It's like, why didn't you just keep Mega Evolutions for this game and then that's it? Like, why couldn't we just have a 3D Mega Evolution thing? Like, why did you need to have a new thing here when Mega Evolutions worked just fine? And like, it wasn't that long to where like the I guess luster of Mega Evolutions went away. Like, I don't know. I mean, I still have fun involving my Charmander or my Bulbasaur boys. I still have fun involving my Bulbasaur into a Venusaur. Like that, it's still the same joyous satisfaction that I've received. Like, just make it cool and look great. Like, expand. Use the technology available to you today to just make a great experience. I know that's super vague. Because we're talking extreme details. If they never tried anything new, we wouldn't have Ocarina of Time. Exactly. I know. It's... I know. And we wouldn't have Breath of the Wild, Metroid Prime. You're right. Well, Terminator 2. We wouldn't have Jurassic Park 3. If they didn't try anything new. Except that was totally the same as Jurassic Park 1. Are you guys enjoying my constant circling of contradictions today? Remember when they wanted to make a pirate game but had to make a sequel to Assassin's Creed? Yeah. Right. Because, like, we've talked about this, like, Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a great pirate game. But for some reason they were like, well, okay, but it's Assassin's Creed, but it's just like, but it's just a pirate game. Like, it's not even Assassin's Creed, really. Yeah, it is tough. And I know that I'm talking bull crap, and like, it really just is like, what is the experience? What does the experience end up being? Do I like the experience as it is, and what I would have changed about it, you know? But everything in that regard, I feel like, is hindsight. Like, I really think that you can't, until it's done, until you experience it as a product, like, you really don't have an answer for it, I suppose, because you really don't know how. So, like, for like the Pokemon thing with the Gigantamax, I'm like, this seems dumb, but then, like, as I played it, it's like, this is actually kind of fun, you know? But then again, you're also talking to a person who's like, doesn't really genuinely get, like, super, I feel like, I mean, this may be different for you, but I feel like I am fairly open to change when it comes to, like, video games and stuff. Like, I'm like, oh, like, I appreciate that change, and there are things that are, I think, when it comes to, it's more to do with, like, co-op and multiplayer functionality, where I'm kind of just like, why did you change this so much when the previous one worked so well? I think that's the thing that just that's one of my peeves. It's just multiplayer functionality, and it's other games do it so good, just borrow from it. There's got to be enough in common to make the sequel feel authentic to the original, but new enough to hold interest. Yep. And then they made new evolutions for Gigantamax, which were just giant and no new art. Yeah. Because I remember, like, when you were playing, like, you would do your Gigamax or whatever, or whatever it was, Dynamax, and it would just be a big version of Bulbasaur. But then, like, the gym leader would get this crazy new, like, Pokemon that's like, it is the same Pokemon, but it's like all crazy and huge, and like, I think one of the Pokemon was like a building, and another one was like a huge, it turned from like a centipede to a crazy dragon. Yeah, that was your complaint, because you were just like, I just want the cool version. Like, why am I getting the dumb version? There's an old saying in the animation industry that applies to video games as well. The problem with animation as an art is that it's a business. The problem with animation as a business is that it's an art. Yep. 100%. That's what Ganondorf is going to be saying when he comes out. Oh, by the way, I've been zoomed in for a while because I'm just messing with the hair. Cinnamon. So remember, in the last stream for gameplay, we became fools. We were called out. We had been foolish. We foolishly fell for the trap that was the bomb bag that was out in the open. And we got our butts frozen for it. So while our foolishness is going to be forever present, here's a even bigger foolishness. So I predict, so as much as you predict that we're going to find 5 rupees in all the major treasure chests, I predict that we're going to find another bomb bag, and inside that bomb bag is going to be Ganondorf. He's just gonna pop out. That'll be just our luck. That we'll find Ganondorf in one of the bomb bags. Who's a bigger fool? The fool or the fool who watches the fool on Twitch? Now that is a Plato-esque that is a Plato-esque question. Is that actually Obi-Wan? I think you're right. Not I pity the fool. That's Mr. T. I know that's Mr. T. No, I know that Obi-Wan watches Twitch. I saw him. I saw him show up on Twat. I saw him show. That's what we should be calling Twitch chat. Twat. Hey, Twat. So yeah, I predict our luck is that Ganondorf is just going to pop out of the bomb bag. Just whenever. We're going to be so excited. And it might even be like the quiver. It might be, you know, it might be the Ocarina of Time. Whatever. He's just going to be there. Because, you know, why would the randomizer ever give us anything good? The heck? Oh, I switched to black. See, that's the slight danger about keyboard controls. But I could just press undo. Undo is the friend. Too bad you can't undo in traditional art. I feel like Picasso. Well, I feel like Picasso is a bad choice because he's like, undo. I'll never undo. That eye is supposed to be over there. Maybe that's what Picasso ended up happening. Like, that's why his art was so good, because people were like, oh, he doesn't use the undo. What a renegade. So what happened to King Chili? We haven't drawn King Chili yet. I haven't been pressured. No, I haven't been pressured enough. I haven't received $1 million in Twitch donations, so get the jelly, twat. Banned. That's a bad word. Oh, so we did draw. We got into another discussion again with Rob Liefeld, and we drew Rob Liefeld fan art. Cinnamon. See, this is the front, you know, and then this is the profile. Oh, this is the superhero called Foot Slicer, where the feet are just sharp wedges. And then, of course, it isn't contorted enough. I know, right? I know, but it's like, you know how, like... You know how, like, you know how, like, a smart person is like, I can't answer dumb questions because that question is too dumb. I don't know how to draw. Like, he's too good. His waist drawing is so good. I can't copy it. I can't copy the master. But he's got his waist pouches. And then we also discovered that maybe he's actually hiding the feet in one of the pouches. So here's the well-drawn foot hiding in one of his many pouches that he loves to draw. Yeah, I know. Thank you for acknowledging my brilliance. You snort at me, technical difficulties. I am brilliant. Cinnamon, we have a guest star on stream. Her name is Technical Difficulties over there. Brilliant as King Chili. Yes. Should we give Ganondorf another one of those big bony veins? A big old Pepsi Man vein? He's just like so angry. He's like, why did you summon me? It's not phallic at all. You gotta go back to work. Alright, see you later. I hope you had a good lunch. What did you have for lunch though? What did you before you go, you gotta answer the age-old question about what you have for lunch or what you're gonna have for lunch. Big bony veins. You haven't eaten yet. Oh, you better go eat. Alright. I wish you a happy lunch, Cinnamon. And a happy Thursday and a happy weekend. As well. Bye. I hope Ganondorf doesn't pop out of your lunch. We'll give him one of those anime angry things. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Oh, he's so angry. Layers is on. Oh, he's on a layer by himself. My friend Ben would watch me draw stuff occasionally, and I would draw like these. I would draw like this. I would draw the nose and stuff, and then I would draw something to go over it and erase everything. He's like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, "Well, I gotta make the nose look good in all the other parts." I looked her in the eye socket. And I said, not the word I'm allowed to say on Twitch, because I'll get banned. Bad word. Can't say bad words on Twitch. This is a family-friendly Christian stream. Oh, we'll have to give Link one of those, like, sweat bubbles, too. Oh, this isn't his lair. Super anime. The most anime Link has ever been. It actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. All right, as requested. All right, so I'm gonna have to, I need your assistance to build him. So we knew that his Big Buff Chili Man had spaghetti for legs, right? Because that's how the three-way works. Just a tangle of salty spaghetti. This is for you, Zuloth. And this is for you to divorce me later. Technical difficulties. You'll be like, why? Why are you making this? He needs like a wrestling belt. I like how it just looks like a little creature. I am a spaghetti now. I'm a spaghetti now. I'm a kid now. If Skyline had like a billboard in Splatoon 2, I would continue playing it. Does he wear shoes? I am not going to draw shoes on every single one of these spaghetti noodles. No! I refuse. It's not real without... Alright, you want... There you go. There's your feet. Alright? There's some Rob Liefeld feet for you on Big Buff Spaghetti Man. Now he's dancing. Look, Mama, I'm dancing. Okay, but then he's gonna have like one really detailed foot. Perfect. It's gonna have like toenails. This is what you guys asked for. You guys asked for this. It's your fault. Really long toenails. Oh, and Pepsi veins on... Yes. On the foot. I need to, like, make my brush smaller for this detail. Oh. It just looks grody. Ew. Should he also have like a little bunion here? How do you draw bunions? A footwort. Got some stinky fungus. Ew, Dr. Pimple Popper. Do not bring up Dr. Pimple Popper in this stream. Technical difficulties. Do not bring up technical difficulties in this technical difficulties stream. Pimple Popper. Okay, gross. For those of you who don't know, Dr. Pimple Popper is some super gross show on TLC, or was on TLC, or wherever the heck it was called. Maybe it was on freaking HGTV for all I know. But it's basically a show about this doctor who is she's a epidemiologist, I believe. And she deals with like boils and pimples and acne and all sorts of stuff. But it's the oh, she's a dermatologist, that's right. It's the grossest thing I have ever seen. And like, I get that people have a weird satisfaction with like clearing up skin and stuff, but like, oh, Like there was one episode that actually almost made me puke. It was the one where the lady had like I don't even know what it was, like a cyst in her ear, and it was a cyst or a blackhead or something, and like it grew to the size of, like, it was like this big, like as big as his button, and it was in her ear. It was just like right here, like in her earlobe, and it was hard as a rock. Like it's making me like, it's making me gag as I think about it. Nothing as gross as that fake pimple toy that H3H3 had. I know they make those and you like squeeze. Well, okay, but that's like, it's not as gross to me because it's not real. Like I know that the sensation probably feels the same, but like it didn't make me barf as much as the lady who had a real like gross blackhead, and like, oh, like it just, oh, like how do you not deal with that? And like the person that was on there, and like this has to be fake. There's no way that's real. There's no way this lady let this thing grow for 20 years. Speaking of toes, do you guys remember that the Guinness Book of World Records show that was on TV? Like it came on after Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and there was that guy who had like the longest toenails in the world, or was it toenails or fingernails? It was fingernails. Apparently he like cut them off at one point, but his fingers were already like so deformed. like he cut them off, and like the way like he grew, his like it was, his fingers were like this, like they were folded in on each other because his fingernails were so heavy that like his fingers couldn't like hold them up properly. But then like he was like, all right, I'm done. Like he was like 65 or something. He was like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to have these anymore. And like he cut them off. And like his fingers were still like, he had to like receive like therapy in order to just be able to bend them properly because he was holding them like this. It's gross. Like I guess that's something to be famous for, but like, also why? All right, we're still going with this. We're still working on Big Buff Pepsi Man. You guys are gonna drive me to insane. I don't know what else I was gonna say. He's gonna have those like sexy hip muscles though too. Some washboard abs. This is what peak performance looks like. Finn Balor abs right here, man. Except that he would need an 8-pack for that. But he's only got a 6-pack. He's got those like crazy like underarm muscles too. Yeah, we'll give him an 8-pack. Why not? Just like a little less defined. No one competes with the prince. Alright. There's no gushing over Finn Balor over here in chat. Technical difficulties favorite pro wrestler is Finn Balor. Number 1 because he's Irish, and number 2 because of the abs. Maybe. But probably just number 1 because he's Irish, and number 2 because he's Irish. Yeah, well, I mean, you still gotta work these out. You know how hard it is to work out this bad boy right here? How do you draw muscles? Zuloth, how do you draw muscles? A line in circles. That is a really long arm. Let's shrink that a little bit. There we go. Now it's in proportion. You want to see a cool Photoshop trick, guys? Photoshop. That's cheating. Picasso would leave it full size. This is Picasso right here, okay? This is my Picasso tribute. Is that how you spell Picasso? I know how to spell Pablo. That was my Spanish name in high school. Does he have those like really like raised, those like super raised shoulder muscles? Yeah, he does. It's like the Da Vinci Man, but just big buff chili man. Oh my god. I can't do these shoulder muscles because they look awful. Oh, I need to merge. Merge layers. Merge layers, quick! What even is anatomy? Who even gives a hoot about anatomy? Brock. No, if it's gonna be Brock Lesnar. There. That's your shoulder muscles right there. That's your Brock Lesnar shoulder muscles. This man is gonna have the sexiest face. The sexiest butt chin. Now he just looks like an anemone. An anemone. Just two little holes for his nose. Perfect. That luscious cheese hair. So attractive. How could Cinnamon miss this? He really missed out on a masterpiece. And he kind of like sprays chili out of his mouth. That's a superpower. Does he have a cape? What do you mean? He's got a neck. Yeah, there's his neck right there. It's a beautiful neck. Also, he's gonna have a I can't fit it. Tell you what. Look at that in a second. He's got those, like, Marvel-esque, like, side muscles coming down here. Oh, they go the opposite way. They go this way. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he's the buffest man. Crap! Oh, that is a good suggestion. That is a good suggestion. Okay, but these need to be perfect. No. Sides? No. 6 sides. Oyster crackers are 6-sided. Ah! There we go. I always have trouble remembering exactly how to do polygon stuff in Photoshop. Yeah. But they gotta be kind of big. They'll be rotated too. They'll be perspectived. Don't worry. Perfect. Perfect. Good suggestion. Very, very good suggestion. Gotta keep in his areolas. There you go. Perfect. See, these are the these are the beans. These are the beans on his belt. On his wrestling belt. They're the beans. And then maybe he spits instead of the chili. Maybe he's spitting out onions. Or no, he's got what is it? He's got a big slice of onion as a weapon on the back. There. It's a big old slice of onion. That's too straight to be an onion. Oh no. Okay, change it up. He's got onion bracers on because he needs to be able to contain his true power. That's what it is. He needs to be able to contain his true power. Onion bracers. You don't want to see what this man can do without his bracers. He's like Rock Lee in Naruto when he drops his onion katana. That's just the that's the fork. I don't know what kind of fork this looks like, but good enough for Onion Man. Or Chili Man. And he eats a skyline key. Yeah, he does. So I was gonna... Alright, here we go. Wait, no, it needs to be bigger. He's still gonna spit out chili, though. He needs to be able to have the chili. Where you at? Where you at? There you are. We need some powerful text here. urban riot. Are you gonna... Oh, you're like 800 points. Ah, where are you? Where's the text? What happened? There we are. Alright, boys. It's Skyline time. Alright, check this out, though. Check this out. You ready? Let's warp it! Flag, baby! And then we'll do another transform. Warp. Wait, no. Perspective! No. Oh, I'm getting confused with Illustrator. There we go. It's Skyline time! Warp speed! Chalkdoor, I just got here and the first thing I asked myself is, are those oyster cracker nipples? Yes. Yes, sir, they are. Chalkdoor, indeed. So this is the fabled, legendary Skyline Big Buff Chili Man. He is complete. So he's got his spaghetti legs, okay, with his Rob Liefeld feet, but he's got really one detailed foot. And then he's got his chili beans. These are beans. His chili beans belt. All right. And then he's got the body of a god. He's got oyster nipples, oyster cracker nipples. He's got his cheese hair, right? He's got his onion power bracers. So he's so powerful, right? That he needs these bracers to contain his true abilities. These are holding him back. Because you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight the final form. And then his special ability is that he shoots chili out of his mouth. And there you have it. Big, buff, chili man. It's not what you were expecting, but it's everything you ever wanted. May he bless your dreams. May he make your dreams so beautiful with his chili river that he spits from his mouth. It's not the hero we want, but it is the hero we deserve. Yes, it is. Technical difficulties. His power is contained by the onion stank. Yes. Except he doesn't cry. No. He makes others cry. Alright, you guys. That was... Was it worth it? I don't know. Anyway, this is what we were working on before. Ganondorf is not a fool. We are the fool. Wait, so Chili Man was not the intended... No, he was not. No. But he will be the intended objective every day for the rest of our lives, now that we have created him. It's like, you know those stories where it's like, what you create becomes real? He is now real in our hearts. Forever and ever. Till the end of our days. Why is my... Okay, I gotta get back up to 10. You guys distracted me with Chili Man's highly detailed feetsies. He is forever burned in your memory. Exactly. But it's all your guys' fault. Like, you did that. You brought this on yourself. I had no... I'm only the channeler. I'm only the messenger. I bring the word of Big Buff Chili Man to you. Although I ask for money for the Church of Big Buff Chili Man, that I will need that to sustain the word. But rest assured, it won't be taxable. You only accept responsibility for Big Buff Stony for bony butt Stalfos. Okay, fine, that's true. That was your suggestion, after all, and you reap what you sow. You guys are nuts. You guys are so nuts. How long did we spend on Big Buff Chili Man? Like, that was like 15 minutes. You'll be building an idol for him? A shrine? Build a shrine in Animal Crossing. To Big Buff Chili Man. I will. I'll upload this and you could download it and you could have the QR code. And then you can plaster him all over your house. If you don't adhere to the rule of Big Buff Chili Man, you are a fool! You are a fool! You are all fools! Just joking, I love you guys so much. You want a Minecraft temple a la Watersheep? That was cool. Watersheep is love, Watersheep is life. Oh, can't forget, before you came on, Chogdor, we made Uka fan art too. Remember that character from Zelda Twilight Princess? With a very distinct relationship to Rob Liefeld fan art. They're very similar, if you really think about it. Anyway, so I think, as with the previous streams, we got on such crazy tangents that I think I'm going to save coloring this for the end of the video that I'll be posting on YouTube. And I don't think after Big Buff Chili Man was complete that I can really surpass the majesty of what we created. Like, it's my magnum opus. So, like, what do I have left? I can't continue drawing today. Like, you've ended me. You've ended my abilities. I need a rest. I need sleep. I need to recharge after drawing the majesty. Like, it's like, you know how, like, certain religions are like, you have no way of knowing what he looks like. Like, I don't know if this is what Big Buff Chili Man looks like. This is just my depiction. But my power, yes, my power is drained. Like, it took all of my skill. It took all of my art mana. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna start using art mana now. Forever. Stream's over forever. My abilities are gone. Forever. You did this. I blame you. You're all banned from Twitch. From me. You're all banned just from life. Don't ever come back. Praise Big Buff Chili Man. No, you can't. I'm a false idol. Alright, I'm just talking bullcrap now. Alright, I think I'm going to end there. I will go ahead and color, not this, because this is perfect as is. I'm going to go ahead and color this in, add a lot of cool effects like I do in the previous. If you haven't checked those previous videos, I say you go check out those previous videos or check out all the cool Windows Movie Maker effects that I add at the end of the stream. If you're really interested, if you want to see some cool Windows Movie Maker effects, go to that video. Go to the past 2 videos. I put some on there. A few of them. Anyway, it has been long enough on this ridiculous stream. I think I'm going to end there. Thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out with me for lunch. I'm getting very hungry because I have not eaten lunch. And I know that technical difficulties over here is also getting quite hungry. She may be getting hangry, judging by the look in her eyes that she just gave me. I will feed you puffins as long as I get chicken nuggets. Is that okay? I'll feed you puffins if I get chicken nuggets. The technical difficulties over here, Trogdor, by the way, is working from home indefinitely. For the time being. I guess those 2 things are different. For the time being, she's working from home. And so we may be experiencing more and more technical difficulties throughout our streams. Maybe. We'll see. I might have to debug them. But look, you just gotta get your memories sorted out and organized, and then you'll technical difficulty better. That's how it works. Debug. That would have been great. Can you imagine Thanos just being like, debug everyone's computer? It's like, oh wow, or defrag them. I mean, like every bit of code just. It's like, oh wow, the world is perfect in harmony. Story of my life that I'm dealing with permanent technical difficulties. Alrighty. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you had a silly time on today's stream. Check back on Tuesday. So we'll be doing the gaming stream on Tuesday. Like I said, if you're new, gaming streams on Tuesday, drawing streams are on Thursday, and we're going to be maintaining that schedule for as long as there is Big Buff Chili Man in our hearts. We're going to be continuing our trek through, hopefully through some new dungeons, through some new dungeons, because we just finished Lord Jabba Jabu's belly, which was ironically in Lord Jabba Jabu's belly. And we got the boomerang, we got some bombs, so we're on a roll, and we're going to be continuing on that roll, hopefully, on Tuesday's stream. But thank you guys so much for coming out for Lunchtime Let's Draws. Check out my socials if you want to follow. I'll be uploading. I haven't uploaded the last week's draw to YouTube yet, but I'm going to try to upload that hopefully by the end of the day today, and then I'll try to upload this one that you just watched on hopefully tomorrow or Monday. What else? I guess I will once again feature, go check out The Adventure Begins. I'll be featured on their website, I think in about 2 weeks. If you guys want to like their page and Instagram and Twitter and follow them, they're really cool comic book store based out of Conroe, Texas. And I've done consignments for them, and they're really nice and cool, and they're really engaging. They actually just had like a trivia night online last night, which I think they're going to be doing weekly. So it's like all comic book and nerd related stuff for trivia. And you actually get the win thing. Like there was like $50 on the line for trivia night. So go check them out. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram. The Adventure Begins. It's just like that. The Adventure Begins. You'll know it if it shows up as Conroe, Texas comic book store. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you had a good lunch. And I'll see you Tuesday. I love you. Don't give Rob Liefeld any more money, please. All right. Bye, guys.